Inside I heard the trumpets call, a salute to the champions on the wall. And in the jazz of squalls and in passion brawls she danced.
I checked that. If you remember when we last left our intrepid group, you had gone to a gala affair at the Devanese on 12th night, and that you had gone with Gabriel Beaumont, you had gone with Anastasia, you had gone with Legba, you had gone with Swift, because we're forward thinking here and 2000s guys, you know. And so
technically, I met up with Papa Legba.
Yeah, you met him there. He was your blind date, and you had gone with. Not Marie Laveau, Anne-Marie Laveau. Anne-Marie Laveau.
I mean, we showed up and showed out.
That's right. I had a good time until the presents were given out. There was a little bit of stuff that went on there where you had dropped off your picture. You had met Maeve and Lloyd Slade, who were the Winter Lady and then her Winter Knight. And they had invited you to join the Winter Court, the Autumn people to join, and then kind of had a veiled threat about if you don't, they can't really protect you, blah, 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 you should join us. You talked to, what was it, Bella St. Clair. She had kind of run a little bit of interference and run Maeve off a little bit. Maeve was planning to leave. Gifts got handed out at midnight and everybody unmasked. You and Volt had gotten basically bank slips showing someone knew that you guys had tons of money and that it was coming in. Anne-Marie was very upset because it was a picture of her granddaughter that she'd been trying to hide. And so, she said, she was pretty upset about that. You had gotten a box and not opened it.
Yeah, after I saw what was going on.
You'd gotten a trombone. Yep. You had gotten a straight razor that did a mental attack on you, and you had wound up shattering your Sword of the Cross, and then Gabriel Beaumont had grabbed you and spirited you away in an Uber. At which point, what's her name? Scavis. Lauren Scavis, who is Marcel's sister, had challenged the three of you, Swift, and Dela to a Code Duello.
What was her name again?
Lauren Scavis had challenged you three because you were the three that they had video footage of killing her brother. Well, not video footage, but pictures, basically still shots from a video camera. She had two dark-haired men with her that were obviously her bodyguards, and so she had demanded a Code Duello, and she wanted it here and now, which meant you guys could choose what weapons to use. And I think you had chosen weapons at hand, and then you had chosen seconds. You were...
I think Bunk second, right?
I think so, yes. And then who was your second?
I didn't remember.
Darwin. Darwin was your second. Right, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Dela chose Darwin.
I remember Darwin being the second, but I didn't remember who it was to. No, was it Swift?
No.
No, Swift.
Maeve had volunteered to be Swift second, and he was kind of like...
Oh, yeah.
and wasn't too crazy about that, because she seems a bit sketchy. So that's where we are at the party.
Maeve is the winter...
The Winter Lady.
Okay.
There's Winter Lady, Winter Queen, and then the Winter Mother, or the Mother of Darkness, they sometimes call her, because they're the tribe and entities,
Council,
and
something.
they gradually get more powerful the older they are. Yeah.
The Winter Trinity?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a Summer Trinity as well. There's a Summer Lady, Summer Queen, and then the Mother of Summer. And so, yeah, so crazy stuff. So that's where we are, getting ready for a Code Duello, and Gabriel Beaumont spiriting you away. So, Code Duello, what do you want to do? Everybody starts moving apart from... You're not in it. You just got to make sure that everything... seconds are basically there to make sure that the rules are adhered to. No outside interference. Making sure that things are done on the up and up, because people are not supposed to mess around with the rules. This is supposed to be a duel.
We still have our masks on, right?
No, everybody's unmasked at midnight. That's what it was. And so that's where you were. You've taken your masks off. Now, you put it back on.
No, they know who I am.
Yeah, they do. They do. But that's where we were. So everybody starts kind of clearing out the middle of the open area in front of the front steps and between the gate. It's a pretty good sized area. Maybe there's lights strung up. Remember, little fairy lights strung up. It's about probably 40 or 50 foot diameter. So enough. It's going to be a little, probably closer to 50 foot diameter. It's going to be a little cramped for 6 people to go at it. You're not going to have a whole lot of area to hide. In fact, actually none. But, that's all right. You guys are wizards and you've got power. And Swift is there. And he's got shields and armor. And he's got a little bit of magic too. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just,
Dragon
full
out.
humanoid dragon
Cool.
hybrid type deal out.
A lot of people very surprised to see that. I mean, maybe not as surprised as that you shape changed, but that you've turned into a dragon. That has caused some kind of people to look around. You've seen the very attractive red-haired woman in the green who has kind of noticed that you're in the middle of this Code Duello. She stepped off to the side and seems to be watching it very carefully. You notice that Bella St. Clair is very non-committal about it, and that Sydney St. Clair...
I see glee in her eyes.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not sure.
Yes, I'm sure.
Sydney St. Clair has decided he's going to be the judge of this because he is an impartial member. He was not involved in it.
And he has sticky fingers.
So
Yeah, maybe.
impartial.
Impartial. Well, you're not sure how impartial he'll be, but anyway.
Maybe he'll be in parts later.
Could be. So, what are you guys going to do to get ready? Remember, you still have a... No, you've already used it.
I already used it, yeah.
Remember, though, that...
A roll that didn't matter.
Miranda prayed for you guys, and everybody gets a +1 to a roll that is in pursuit
Service of
of
our
your
mission?
purpose, of your mission, your purpose. And I would say that probably surviving a Code Duello would fall under that. So yeah, I'm going to call it this. So anybody doing anything in particular, remember also that your dress is armor 2, at least till the end of the night, and then it turns into a pumpkin. No, never mind. Yeah, so...
Or does she turn into a pumpkin?
That could be either one. Could be either one. Swift, he reaches over, taps his chest as he always does, and the Fey armor kind of and rolls down this articulated metal armor rolls down.
That's cool.
And then he has, the shield goes, like that, and the sword, he pulls it out, and so he's ready to go. Actually, he probably leaves the sword on his back and actually draws his bow and get ready to shoot. So he's ready. Anybody else?
I stand near the area and put my hands in my pockets.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm going to say, we want to make sure that Trombone isn't contaminated or something.
I'm believing that. After I
Okay.
saw what happened there.
Right.
Maybe don't play it.
I haven't opened my box.
Yeah, I'm keeping that away.
Mhm.
And,
Well, because it does seem like you guys are getting poison, pills.
Yeah.
Is what's going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Somebody is out after specifically y'all.
yeah. So I reached in my pocket, pulled my mouthpiece, just
Take a closer look at the receipts.
And
Oh, future debt and lawsuits.
The IRS. Yeah. At least it's before they've added 87,000 people with guns right to the IRS. So you're okay. You're okay. Yeah. Oh. Yes.
So we're fighting.
Lawrence gave us,
entertainment.
and her 2 bodyguards. Her
And
2
the two
bodyguards take
bodyguards.
off
Okay,
their
that's what I was
masks,
trying
and
to
you
figure out
realize
who
these
the
guys,
two were.
they're wearing black suits. They are twins. Dark hair. You get the feeling they may be Cajun because they have that kind of a little bit of a darker olive complexion, dark hair, very straight, and they are definitely twins. You're not sure you could tell them apart. Kind of these brown eyes. Yeah. So they're definitely twins. Mm-hmm.
So are we anywhere near? Are we like standing together?
Yeah, I figured so. I mean, you can talk to each other, absolutely.
Should we just try to take them down one at a time, work as a group against the 3 of them, and then kind of defend against 2 while we take down 1? No.
Just me and you and
I'm just making sure nothing
Swift says
unsavory happens.
Swift says that he will
Yes,
make
I
sure
am.
that he can defend both of you. I mean, that's kind of what his job is, to make sure you don't get killed. And so he says that he can, out of the box, probably make sure that you have some time to prepare to try and take one of them out in one swell swoop if you want. But that means he won't be able to attack, really.
The only thing is, I don't know.
She's like the swell
If these
foop.
guys are good fighters compared to
Yeah.
her, I mean,
Well, I mean,
let's just take down the 20.
I don't think I've said one fell swoop in 100 years. It's always swell foop. Yeah, it's not fell swoop.
Yeah.
Swell foop. Anyway, yeah.
The
So
funny thing is, I know exactly what you meant, but in my brain, I was like, "That's not right,"
No,
and then it
it's
just
not.
like kept going.
It's not.
I was like registered. I was like, wait, something doesn't. I don't know why, but
swell foop. Yeah. Maeve is kind of standing by the side line. She really hasn't joined close to you guys. It's just mainly you four, and then of course Swift. Maeve is standing over there with Lloyd Slate. Lloyd Slate periodically will try and chat up one of the girls who. Most of them are like, and move away. He's finally had a little bit of success with this one girl who has a lot of piercing and rings in various sundry areas that are visible. And he seems to be having a little bit of headway of talking to her. So, yeah. But Maeve is kind of watching.
where is
you guys.
Anastasia in all this?
Anastasia is on the sidelines watching. She seems to be a little bit nervous about this. Remember,
Yeah.
she had already told you that.
I want to make sure I keep an eye on her and the duel.
Yeah, well, she's staying pretty close to you.
I could see some.
Yeah.
Like this is a distraction to maybe go after her.
Right.
Potentially, I don't know.
Well, she's
Two birds, one stone.
right. Well, she's staying pretty close to you because remember you're supposed to keep her safe anyway, so she's not moving too
Ooh,
far away. Yeah, right.
Alright, well, I think that's what we should do. We should, tag a twin and
take it to me.
now. Does
Can we tell them apart at all?
Does
Like, just
anybody
like,
have
you know?
any kind of?
Really. I mean, they're
Would I
they're
have
very.
worn-
I mean,
No,
very
I don't
identical.
think- I don't think so. Would I have worn lipstick?
It's up to you.
Do they look
'Cause it's a
vampiric as
fancy
well?
party.
Skavis, obviously.
Okay.
What?
Not that you
I mean,
can
I did,
tell.
you want
Did I do
The
this last time
I mean,
where I
I
showed you
will.
Echoes of the
I'm
Beast
gonna
and
take
smell
my
them?
lipstick.
yeah, no, they
I'm
smell
gonna mark
human
one of the twins
to
with the
you.
lipstick.
Well, you're
Yeah, it's
already
all hard.
all
So
dragoned
they
out.
could
So
easily go
no,
back
they
and
smell
forth
human
and
to
wouldn't know
you.
if
The
you're still attacking
vampires
the
have this weird kind
You
of.
say the one on the right, and then if you move to the left,
The best way
you just do
to
easily
put
on
it would
the
be
left.
No, but you said they look
otherworldly
exactly
and
the same.
cold smell, and that really doesn't,
This is not-
translate well to
All right.
smells. But that's the best way to
Okay.
put it.
Yeah.
If you poke one of them in the eye, he'll always have that one eye shut.
There you go.
You'll just know.
Or if you just
Alright.
cut off one of his arms, it's really easy to tell them apart then. you know?
That's true.
Well, okay. So
It
cut
is
off his
sort of
arm.
distinctive naming, really.
I just-
Naming makes it so twins are easily tellable
I just went
apart.
with scratch an X on one of
You
their
said you
foreheads.
couldn't tell them apart.
Yeah, no, I know, but if you
I was
remove
gonna
an
mark
arm,
them with some lipstick.
yeah.
Excuse me. Before this starts, we just need a little. Thank you. That's
Yeah.
it.
So, basically, Lauren and the two guys have kind of circled up around there. They have not gotten seconds. You notice that Lauren goes over to Bella St. Clair, and Bella nods, and so I guess Bella's going to be her second. The two twins are kind of looking around, and a couple of the Devonets from the crowd just kind of. One of them is a woman, and another one is a young man, and they both kind of say that they'll do the seconds, and so it looks like three of the Devonets are going to be their seconds. So,
Who said that they were going to referee
That's
this whole
serious.
thing?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Which basically, what that means is that if
Who's
somebody
also
tries.
a Devaney?
Who's also a Devanet. But Sydney he's like, all a referee really does in a Code Duello is make sure everything's set up to all of the duelists, that everybody's okay with the rules, and then he kind of steps back and lets you guys fight. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot to his rules.
Is the Code Duello to the death yet? Or is it
Doesn't
just the first
have
blood?
to be, but she's kind of made apparent that it's to death. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Which means if you get taken out, she's probably going to try and kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So just keep that in mind.
I
Who's
don't.
gonna come and kill us?
I don't think I've ever met Sydney St. Clair, have I?
I don't think so.
That's,
Gray haired, a little bit of a beard, mustache.
He was never around when I talked to him. Well,
No.
He was
Oh,
at
you
the
see
funeral, I
him.
met
He
him.
was at the funeral.
You saw him in the
I saw him
tower
talking to
when he
me.
came to talk to Terrence. That's about the only
Yeah, I
time
think
you
that's the
guys
only
would have
time.
seen him.
But
Yeah.
And that
didn't
technically
he-
wasn't him. That was a vision of the past. But
Yeah.
yes.
Was he not there when
We met him at the
he
funeral.
talked to me at the church?
Right at the funeral. You didn't go to the
I
funeral.
didn't go to the
no.
funeral.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
never mind.
Did you go to the funeral?
Yes. Oh, yeah. He stood in the back in black and dropped
Yeah.
a black rose
Yeah, I
on
dropped
it.
the black rose.
This is why
All
you- I
edgy
remember
and
this.
stuff.
Yeah.
this is a good story. This is just like the mountain that spoke thing. We had a whole
Yeah, yeah,
conversation
yeah.
about this.
Oh, that
That
was
was a good
great.
time.
That That was great.
Oh.
So sad.
Is he like down there with?
He's actually in the middle of the
He's
circle.
in
Yeah,
the
he's in the
middle
middle of the circle, kind of watching you guys. So if you wanted to go talk to him, you just have to walk across
that's
the circle.
absolutely what I want to do.
Okay, walk across the circle. Yeah, go ahead.
Is, excuse me, Mr. St. Clair.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. No, I'm kidding. No.
yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm unfamiliar with this entire thing. I've been seconded. What exactly does that entail for me?
You're supposed to make sure that no one cheats. If you see someone outside the circle interfering with the battle, you are allowed to call that out and stop the duel. He looks around and he says, most of the time the duelist won't stop, but you're definitely allowed to stop the people interfering.
Oh, okay.
Since this is our gala affair, I would prefer you stop short of permanently incapacitating them, as in dead. But if that's the only way to stop, then so be it. Code Duello is sacred, and if someone is interfering with it to try and give someone else an advantage, you are more than welcome to take whatever force is necessary to prevent it.
Ah, I see. Okay. Thank you. That clears it up for me.
Who are you seconding for?
Dela?
And when you say that, he goes, oh, well, make sure you watch the circle very carefully. There are a lot of Devonets here, and there's a bit of a schism that has occurred in the Devonets, and I think that something might be afoot. So keep your eyes peeled, young man.
Very confused now.
Yeah.
Thank you, though.
There's feet everywhere.
I know, right? Yeah.
Gotta have the hand ready, I guess.
Yeah. Get your pistol and I'm ready to go.
But with that, I return back over to our little side, I guess.
Cool. Alrighty. Anybody else want to do anything?
Yes, I'm gonna say, sorry, Darwin.
Well, he's not going to get killed. I mean, he's just got to
No,
make
I know,
sure
but
your
this is
back
not his
doesn't get
favorite
stabbed.
thing.
Yeah.
This is not my favorite thing.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Darwin, this is about the time Darwin hops his moped. I'll see y'all later.
Wait. I left that at home tonight.
He doesn't do that, but no.
The police are
he's
coming.
Mm, yeah, that's right.
I can
So-
just see him going, I came to it was a party. I don't.
Also, Anne-Marie is
weren't even
sticking
supposed
close
to
to
be
you, by
here.
the way, because she is
Okay.
really upset that they had a picture of her daughter, her granddaughter. Yeah. So you line up opposite your opposites, if you will.
For some reason, I'm imagining dodgeball.
That's a good way to think of it.
Oh, that's
Yeah. And Sidney St. Clair moves out of the middle. He kind of goes over to the side.
What's that? Opposite or opposites?
They're opposite. They're opposites. they're other three. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he reaches into his pocket, and of course he's got one of those little, pocket handkerchief thingies, and he pulls it out, and it's actually a full size one. It's a little silk. It's probably red and green because this is 12th night. And he holds it up and he says, "When the handkerchief hits the ground, we will start.
No magic.
No magic is allowed, as well as any weapons that you carry upon yourself.
All right.
Because it's weapons at hand, basically." And so,
Well, that's not good magic.
yeah, you notice that the guys across from the twins, one of them, weird thing happens when you kind of move back. He looks at not you. He looks at Swift and he does this, and he puts his hand out to the side, and you notice that lightning starts going back and forth across his fingers. And the other guy looks at you, and you notice that smoke starts pouring out of his hand and kind of wrapping around. Yeah, wrapping around his hand. So one guy's got lightning, the other's got what looks like clouds. Okay,
I think
Lightning
we
and
should
thunder.
thank them, throw them off their game.
yeah.
and so
Which one we kill him first?
Does anybody have a pitcher
Lightning
of water?
or-
Let's just throw water on the lightning.
Lightning or the smoke?
Short amount. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, and so they start calling up power. The interesting thing you notice
We
is
should
that
all yawn collectively.
Lauren does not seem to be calling up any magic. Okay, Lauren Scavis, excuse me. She's not calling up any magic. But you do notice that she reaches behind her back and pulls out these, what look like a pair of kukri. Okay, and so she's got a kukri in each hand, and her eyes kind of go silvery white, which means that she is kind of allowing the demon to come to the forefront as a white vampire, which means she's going to be fast, strong, tough, and hard to kill.
Where's the water? We need some water. Where's the pipes around here?
I have ice knives. Maybe they'll melt.
Hope that. And so they get ready. Sydney St. Clair holds up the handkerchief, drops it. It starts to float to the ground. At which point Maeve goes, "Oh my gosh, such drama!" And she goes right with a ice little spear that shoots out of her finger, and it hits the handkerchief and pins it to the ground, which means it hits the ground much faster. At which point,
I run.
At which point you run? No. At which point, Swift, because Swift goes first, he does this, and you notice that everybody in your group has disappeared. And you notice that everybody else in your group has disappeared, and you can't see Swift, which tells you what Swift has done. Okay, you're all veiled. Okay, and so he goes whoosh, right, like that. So he's got to roll, make his roll. Cool. See how good his veil is. Okay. Ooh, that's not so good. That's not bad though. All right, so he goes whoosh. Okay, and you guys all disappear. So that's his action. I need alertness. See what everybody's alertness is, so we can figure out where we're going.
They reappear.
No, just they're gone.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
No, I smell. No.
All right. This is gonna sound terrible. +7s?
Yeah.
Everybody at 7?
For what?
Alertness.
What the heck did we get
Yeah,
into?
in my dreams. No.
White court vampires. What can I say? All right. You.
He looks really upset.
Yeah. Well, Lauren.
One already.
Yeah. Lauren is gonna make a. She's gonna do a maneuver to try and find you guys.
Sword of the Cross, too.
Okay.
She
Okay.
we resist her. As far as
So she lets out this because you guys all disappeared, and she comes running towards and leaping towards kind of your general direction, and she starts swinging around with these kukris really, really fast. You kind of quietly move back out of the way, and she does not seem to know where you are, and so she gets to the edge of the circle and spins and kind of stands around like that. So you're not sure. She doesn't seem to know where you are. So that was in 7s. Okay. Yeah. White court vampires are fast.
To the edge of the circle. Like, watch your toes, watch your toes.
Yeah. Any 3s?
For what?
Alertness.
No.
2s.
Yes.
Okay, 2s are next.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I can see her.
Oh yes.
Can I see the twins?
Yes. Remember, that's what Swift's action was to make you guys invisible. Now, when you attack, you're still going to be veiled, but everybody's going to know where kind of you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, it'll be still kind of a little hard for them to hit you, but they'll know if they see ice knives appear from somewhere, they're going to go, okay, she's right there. You know?
Yeah.
And realize also that Lauren is only about probably maybe 6 feet from you, so she's close. Okay.
Okay, so real quick, can I see where one of the twins is?
Oh yeah,
How
they're right
close
there.
Are they?
They're across the circle. They have not moved yet. They're kind of getting ready to move forward. So 40 feet away, maybe. They're in the same zone.
Dang, that was really far. I was gonna try and lightly run over there,
You can do that.
stab one of them.
You're,
Okay.
you're still in the same zone. So
Okay,
you can hit
that's
them.
what I'm doing.
Just tip
And also
Yeah.
because of who Dela is, she's not wearing the skinny heel stuff. Just the
You could have taken them off anyway.
the slipper flats. Oh, I guess that's true.
You could have taken. I mean, you had time
All
to
right.
prep.
Well, I'll just take
All
them
right,
off.
so you're going to fliche, or was it lunge across the arena to get them right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go.
Just one of them. I can't hit both of them.
No.
All right, so I'm going for Lightning Boy.
Okay, go for it. It's weapons, right?
So I'm just gonna reroll.
Okay. You don't want to just give yourself a +2? Tag an aspect, give yourself a +2.
Okay, sure. I'll try that.
Tag the aspect,
'Cause
I'm
I'm gonna be
invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, give me that.
I think
You gotta
I'm
do better
gonna
now.
try that.
All right, so you're tagging the aspect, I'm invisible.
So that will give me.
I'm the juggernaut. No.
That'll give me a 4.
Okay. Wait, what's your weapon skill?
3.
So you got a +2 to your roll, so it's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a -1 or a
And a
+1?
-1.
Oh, okay.
Really? I thought your weapons were higher than that.
No, the damage it does is high.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, you're the
So should
the
I re-roll? I'm gonna
swordsman.
re-roll it then. I'm gonna re-roll it instead of the +2.
Well, okay, instead of the +2, that's fine. Do what you want. Okay, it's
Got a
+1.
plus.
Oh, you wind up with the same thing, Alan. So, yeah. So what's that? 4? All right.
So I'm still good. Yeah.
Okay.
It was fate.
Right.
Okay. So they're gonna try and dodge. Well, okay, he's gonna try and dodge, but that's hilarious. All right, so.
He nimbly stepped out of the
Oh
way.
heck no! No!
he didn't?
You come. You kind of you pulled your sword out kind of quietly. You probably actually already had it out, and you've got your umbrella probably right here, and you just go this huge kind of fliche fly across the arena, and he kind of looks in your direction, and you get the feeling he's maybe wondering what's going on. And he has about that much time to kind of wonder, and your sword just right into his gut. He goes, "Ah!" And the lightning goes, okay, out. What's your weapon value on your sword?
I want to say it's 6.
Wow, that guy's
Do you want to use
bad.
your? Remember, it does. I believe it does 3 damage.
It's a weapon 3 and can be a weapon 6.
Is
or
it once per?
3 times per session.
Okay. Okay. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do a weapon 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my big damage in while I can.
You beat him by 5.
Wow.
So
Okay.
they're mages. Okay,
That's
they're
true.
not
Okay.
nimble. They're mages.
Yeah, all right.
She's the nimble one. Okay.
Okay.
So that's 11 damage is what you're gonna do. Ooh, that's gonna sting a bit. All right. Let me see. Oh wow. He's gonna take a. That takes off 6 stress. He's still got 5 to deal with. He's also going to take a mild consequence. Wow. And that'll give him a 3. So mild. And then a severe. The severe is going to be sucking chest wound, okay? He's pierced through the chest.
Yeah.
The mild one is going to be that it hurts so much he's dropped to one knee, okay? And then he takes a stress 3 hit. Okay, so that was in your turn. Who else has 2s? You're okay. You're also 2.
Okay, so are the brothers next to each other, or
There's probably about maybe 10 feet between them.
Okay.
Yeah.
so I'm going to focus on the guy that's hurt,
Right.
and I'm kinetic blast.
Okay, make me a roll.
You go, Bunk.
And
Let's see.
Teamwork.
You're using your road spell,
Road spell.
which is strength 5.
Strength 5.
Okay, so you just roll discipline to hit him. Okay. That's even. Okay. You got a -1, so now it's a discipline check, so you don't get to add any of your how much you beat him into it because it's a rote. But you got him for 5, so wow. Okay, he's going to take his moderate consequence, which he's taken all of them.
and I'm going to move around from where I was to.
I'm gonna say for this one he's got you broke his arm. Okay,
Okay.
so he's got a broken arm, sucking chest wound, and he's completely dropped to one knee, and then that's going to still take him 1 stress through. So he is hurt. Okay, I mean he is badly injured. You notice that she impales him, you blast him backward. Now, at which point Lauren spins. Okay, and you think she may have kind of locked onto where you guys are or where you
Oh,
are.
I figured she did as soon as I
Right.
attacked.
And then the other brother.
Brother.
The other brother is going to, I think, hit you with his spell. Or he's going to try to. Okay. He's going to do a 7 strength attack on you. Okay, so it's even, 7. So he's putting 7 power into it. His discipline is 5. You get an athletics check to try and dodge it. You have to beat a +5. Okay?
Good
You got
luck.
this.
Oh.
No, I don't have it.
So what's your athletics?
It was a 2.
So now it's a 0.
Can I use a fake one?
Sure, what are you going to tag? What aspect? You can, absolutely. Or you can even re-roll, but you got to figure an aspect to tag.
I don't think No Mercy would work in this.
No, not really.
Where are the other ones?
Icy Rage. I mean, I
No.
saw them destroy Miranda. No, that wasn't.
I'll allow it. No.
that's
I'll
hard.
allow it because because you saw them hurt Miranda. I'll allow it. I'll allow Icy Rage for that.
Okay.
That makes you resist hard, cold. So
Because I blame the Devanese.
Are you gonna reroll?
Behind all this. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Reroll. Great toss.
Even better.
Is that better?
Almost got
I
it.
got it.
You got it. Okay.
You got what you
That was
got.
much better.
that was much better. Wow, what'd you
I'm
get?
glad I did.
5.
I know I'm at a 5.
Okay. What did I say he had? He had a 5, right? No, he had an 8.
Wait, an 8? 7?
No, he had a. I think it
I
was
don't know.
It was a 7. That's what it was.
He has a 7.
So he still beat you by 2, which means you take a strength 8 hit. Okay. He's not using a rogue spell. He
Right.
is calling up power. Right.
So, can I pop my umbrella or did I need to do that before?
No, you can do that. Sure.
So, I pop my umbrella, which is a 3 armor.
So what did we say that was? So you take 4. A stress 4 hit. It's physical. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So he hits you with. What happens is the smoke reaches out and grabs you, and you can feel it kind of really, really cold. It's like the upper air, jet stream kind of stuff, and it starts leaching the heat from your body, and that's what the 4 stress is from. But you're able to deflect some of it with your, umbrella. You pop it open, and it, blows some of it away from you. So the little tendrils just kind of reach around and grab you. Okay. So your umbrella is open now.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to, I believe that's the end of the round, which brings us back to Swift. Okay.
What about our seconds? Or what-
Seconds
how
don't
does
get to
that
fight.
No,
They're
we're
just
not.
making sure.
Oh, making sure. Okay, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
All right.
Slackers.
Yeah. Also, water is dripping off of you. By the way,
This is what you chose me for.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
We're doing a great job.
Now, you guys are looking around the circle. It does not seem like anybody is interfering, okay? Everybody seems to be playing nice, as far as you can tell, just to let you
Do I
know.
need to make an alertness check or anything?
No, because nobody's done anything yet. All right, so the next round. Yet. Swift is going to probably drop the veil at this point because the jig is up. And he's going to take a shot at, what's her face? Lauren. So, okay, he got an 8. She's got athletics. And she gets, oh wow. She's got 5 athletics. She got a 7, so he beat her by 1. Okay. She turns toward him as he drops the veil, and he's drawn an arrow and fired at her. She kind of brings her knife up to try and cut the arrow out of the air because she's just that quick, and she just blurs, but misses because he's just that good. So he hits her for 7. Okay. So she is going to take a moderate consequence and then take. Oh, wait. She already has armor 1. So she's going to take 6. She's going to take a moderate consequence and then her thing there. Okay, cool. All right. So the arrow hits her. She kind of slashes it away. It cuts her on the arm there, and looks like it leaves kind of a nasty gouge. It starts leaking blood. So she's got kind of her arm is hurt. Or actually, probably it's a moderate consequence. It probably hits her arm, and she snaps it off, and then it starts bleeding out that way. Okay.
Just that.
Yep. So that brings us to her. She runs towards Swift, just swirling these knives and stuff like that, and attacks him.
He must have pissed me.
Wow.
I think invisibility.
Let's see. She's got weapons. Yes. She got a -3 though, so that's given a 0. Okay, Swift has athletics. I don't remember what his things are though. Swift athletics are +2. He rolled a -1, so he got a +1. So she comes swirling towards him with these knives, and he throws the shield up, and she's ching, and he's like blocking all over the place, but she's not able to get past his shield. Thank goodness. Okay. All right. He didn't beat her by much, though. That brings us to +2s, which is you guys. Yes. You going to finish off this last guy? He's in bad shape.
The last guy or the first guy? Yeah.
Yeah, the first guy. Yeah.
I'm finishing him off.
Lightning dude.
Yep.
I'm going to hit him with my sword again.
Raiden. Sorry,
What the
kidding.
heck? Well,
Okay. What'd you get?
a 1.
You still beat him. He got a 0.
All right. Well,
Remember,
I got a 1. I have
mages.
my sword as a weapon 6. So
Okay. Are you going to do your weapon 6 again or your weapon 3? Do you want to save that 6 for when you're fighting Big Girl?
fine. Yeah, I bet you're
Okay.
right. I'll do
Weapon 3. All right. Now you beat
That's
him
a
by
good
1, so it becomes a strength 4 hit. He's out of consequences, and he. Yeah, so he goes down. You slash around, cut him across the chest again, and he just drops, okay? Blood leaking through his nice white shirt and all over his black suit. And he drops to the ground and falls back.
Would I have a chance to do a veil on myself
No.
to turn invisible?
Remember, you get 1 action, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Simultaneously with that happening, the other brother lets out a shriek, okay, that you just killed his twin brother. And so he's really looks angry. So that brings us to you. Yes, sir.
Kinetic blasted.
Okay, the other guy, right? Okay, make your roll. Strength 5, right?
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
6.
Okay. You beat him. He got a 2. So you do a strength 5 hit. Okay, so 5 hit on the other guy. This would be Cloud. He is going to take a mild consequence, and then a stress 3 hit. Okay. What happens is you kinetic blast him. It hits him in the leg. You hear this sickening crunch to his knee, and he kind of goes, "Ugh," and kind of lifts to one side. So he looks like he's hurt, but he's definitely not out yet. So that was in 2s. All right. In 0, he looks towards you. Well, he's got you wrapped up in the icy stuff, doesn't he?
Am I still
She
wrapped
just
up?
killed the brother.
I killed the brother, but is it?
Right.
Am I still wrapped up? How's the ice?
No. Well, it's just the icy stuff is around you.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. He's like, don't attack me, attack her. Yeah.
She killed the brother.
Yeah. So,
Really?
yeah, right.
Through the autumn night.
Oh, wow. -3. Ooh, he may not have gotten his spell off.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, he's got to pump it into something else then.
I think he's going to spend a point to re-roll.
No.
He's going to spend the you
No.
just killed my brother.
No.
Well, what technically the aspect would be twin brother.
Yeah.
He got a +1 on that, so that's enough to give him the 6 points he needs to make the spell go off. So you got to beat a +6 to dodge a spell. Use your athletics.
Great. I'm going to dress body armor.
Huh?
Oh, I'm just dodging. Is that what I'm doing?
No, you got to dodge.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you get to
You
dodge
have to
free,
dodge
and then
first.
whatever gets
Okay.
through is damage. Right.
All right, and that would be considered athletics. Okay, dice. Play nice.
What'd you get?
2.
2. Okay, so he hits you. It's a strength 6 hit. All right. Now, your umbrella, how many times can you use it? It's
Once per session.
Okay, so you're going to use your dress body armor. So it drops it to a stress 4 hit. Okay, so do you have your 4th box colored in already?
Yep.
So,
I have to do a 3 and a 1.
no. You have to take a mild consequence.
Okay.
Okay, and then you'll take a stress 2 hit. What mild consequence would you like? He's still hitting you with the cloud stuff. Chilled to the bone.
Yeah.
Okay, so your mild consequence is chilled to the bone, and then you take a stress 2 hit.
Right.
All right. And that brings us back up to the top of the round, where Swift is fighting with what's her face. Swift is going to. Oh, I know what he's going to do. I know exactly what he's going to do. Oh, that's nice. He got a +1. Okay, let's see where his stuff is. Okay, good. He's going to do his rote spell, which is a strength 8 block. What happens is he drops to one knee, reaches down and touches the ground, and you notice that all of a sudden the grass reaches up and grabs her legs and starts spiraling up around her to hold her in place. And then at which point he's backpedaling the whole time. And so you notice that he has kind of locked her in place. She's got to beat a +8 block to be able to move. So if you get close to her, she can still stab you and stuff like that, but she can't charge after anybody. So she'll make an attempt to break through that with might. and then if she breaks loose, she can go attack you guys. Is what it is. So strength 8 is pretty good. That brings us to her. So she's going to try and break through it. Her might is, she gets a +4 to break stuff. Oh, okay. She does not succeed. You notice that the grass starts growing thicker and some of the little vines and stuff actually reach out, and she tries to pull her legs free, and her eyes go even more silvery, and she looks really mad. The kind of pink blood from her wound that he's gotten her with is kind of flying about, and she starts screaming and shrieking and yelling at the top of her lungs that she wants to get loose. She actually manages to kind of break a little bit free on one leg, and then the things grab out and grab her again. So yeah. That brings us to, yes, one of you two.
Me.
Mm-hmm.
Other brother who's shrieking, is he out?
No, he's still very much in. He's taken a mild consequence and a stress 3, so he's fine.
But if she can't move...
It's time to get him. That's right.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to move to her and...
Concentrate.
You gonna move her or kill the brother?
Kill the brother then, because she's locked.
Okay, well, I didn't know she's going to stay locked, so I'm going to kill the brother.
She's gonna stay locked for a little while. Not too long.
I'm going to attempt. Hey!
Ooh, nice roll.
That's
+2.
good for me.
That was good, that was good.
gives me a +5.
Are you doing your sword again?
Yes.
Okay. So he tries to dodge. He gets a 1, so you beat him by 4. Are you using your magical 6 damage?
I'm saving it for
But you can do it 3 times, right?
I've done it once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe I
So
can take him
that's
out.
another strength 10 hit. He takes a severe consequence. He takes a moderate consequence, and then he's out of consequences. So what you do is you come twisting towards him with kind of the clouds all over you, and you pop your umbrella closed and cut him across the chest. He kind of stumbles back, and you cut him towards his throat, and he stumbles back, but you catch him right across here again, and then a third shot kind of down his chest. So he's got, his chest is just all cut up and bloody, but he doesn't go down, but he looks really, really bad. You think you can even see where, if he doesn't get medical attention, he's probably going to bleed out because you hit him enough times. But he is in bad shape. So that brings us to you, sir.
Kinetic blast.
On him, right?
Yep.
Good deal. Okay.
So 4.
4. Athletics. Wow.
Dang, bro.
He's
really
gonna
hurt, is what
tag
that is.
another thing and re-roll that mess. He got 4 minuses. And he broke even, so he got a 0. How much? What'd you get?
4.
Okay, so you hit him for a strength 5 hit. He only has a stress 1 and a stress 2, so he goes down. As he kind of staggers back from all these cuts, you kinetic blast. It hits him right in the head, and he just drops like he's been hit with a sack of cream through grains. Yeah, so he's down. Which leaves us with only, what's her name? Girly Girl. So Swift, to keep this spell going, is going to have to put some more power into it. So he's not going to be able to do anything besides just keep the spell going. So he backs away again, holds his shield up, keeps the spell going for another round. So he's keeping her in place. She tries to break out again. Ooh. I think, yeah, that's going to do it. So at which point you could see him pulling the ground, the grass and stuff like that to grab it, and she, finally realizing she's actually carrying knives, reaches down and slashes the things apart, and she, comes charging towards probably Swift because he's closest. So she's going to attack him.
No, not Swift. I don't know who else she got.
All the knives. It's a 5. Yes. Swift is going to athletically dodge, hopefully. Well, you didn't do bad. Not bad. Swift gets a
That's good.
3. So she beats him by 2. Her weapons do 3, so he takes 5. He's going to take a mild consequence and a stress 3. So she slashes up his arm a bit, getting around his blocking and stuff like that. And other than that, he's fine. Okay, so that brings us to you guys. What are you going to do, Jody?
Well, she's free now, right?
Mm-hmm. Attacking Swift.
I'm going to run up and stabby stab.
Go for it.
I got a
+1.
+4.
Okay.
So it's 4.
Okay. She's going to try and dodge. Oh my goodness.
Just the same?
Yeah. Well, you're not hitting anymore. All right. You come stabbying up at her, and she sees you, and one of the little kukris, she just goes twing and just knocks your sword to the side, so you don't hit her. She's got pretty good athletics, and she's pretty dodgy because she's got that inhuman speed going for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kinetic blast.
All right. Go for it. Oh.
So 3.
Okay. She's gonna athletic it. And give her 5. Okay, so she rolls away from your kinetic blast. Okay, towards Swift because she's after him. Brings us to Swift again. I think Swift is gonna go on the offensive with his sword. He drops. Well, he throws the bow over his shoulder and then attacks with his weapon, which is not very strong, but. Swift is going to tag I defend the Autumn Night and re-roll that mess. All right, there we go. -1. All right, he gets a 2. I'm pretty sure she's going to handily deal with that mess. Yeah, okay, so he stabs at her with the sword and she blocks it aside with her kukri again. That brings us to her. She attacks Swift. Does she want to tag an aspect? Yeah, she's going to tag the aspect, just die already and re-roll. So that gives her a weapons of 3. So she only beat him by 1. So, oh wait, no, he has to roll athletics. Sorry. So she got a 3. I think he's going to still be hit, but I don't think it's not going to do much. His athletics is 2. All right. So she beat him by 1. Her weapon does 3, so he's going to take that as a stress 3. All right. Again, she cuts at him, and he just blocks it with the shield. So that brings us to you, Jody. What are you going to do? You're up close now.
So I'm closer. She's focused on him, right?
Right.
Is she sideways to me? I mean, is she like looking at me and trying to do him at the same time?
Well, remember, she's blocked you, so she knows you're there. She's kind of attacking. Well, she's defending against both of you, but she's specifically trying to stab at Swift.
So I'm going to try and change tactics a bit. And instead of using my sword, I'm going to try and hit her with my ice knives.
Okay. Okay. Go for it. That's a strength 5 rote. Okay, cool. Go for it.
Right. Do I have to put anything extra stuff
No,
into it?
you just have to roll. You'll take 1 stress, 1 mental stress. Okay. And then, what's your discipline?
My discipline is 5.
Okay, so you got a 7. She has to dodge a 7. All right. She got an 8. Okay. So you launch ice knives at her, and again, she kind of goes into this weird, blurry ching, 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 and starts blocking them aside with her her little blades, and yeah, she's nasty. That brings us to you.
Kinetic blast. So 6.
6. She's gonna block again, or well, not block, but try and dodge again. That's a 4, so you beat her by 2, so it's a strength 5 hit. All right. She's already taken a moderate consequence, so I think she's going to take a mild consequence and take a stress 3. All right.
Darwin is being ever vigilant.
All right.
I knew you were a good second. You'll be my second again next time.
No.
I need alertness checks from you guys, by the way.
Alright.
Not
Darwin will
having
be
that.
like,
Yeah.
party? No. Done with parties.
This is why I don't leave my house.
No
That's right.
parties for me.
I got 2.
4.
All right, 4. You're standing there, and Anastasia nudges you with her elbow, and you notice that Maeve, the Winter Lady, is looking very intensely at the water that's running off of Dela, because remember she was encased in clouds, and so she's kind of damp now. And you notice that it's kind of dripped onto the ground, and it seems to be starting to freeze, which is going to make it very slippery very quickly.
Okay, so I guess I think Maeve's trying to
Do something. She's cheating.
against Dela, trying to make it more exciting, I guess.
You're not sure. It definitely looks like it would be bad for Dela. Because she's going to hit a patch of ice, and it's going to be, she may go on her butt. So, yeah.
I want to do kind of like a distraction to throw her off concentration by doing like a loud roar, like "woo, this is amazing," and shoot lightning.
Okay, straight up.
Yeah, so she like stops, like what?
Okay, so you're going to do an intimidation kind of thing. All right, go for it.
Something like that.
Yeah, I got you.
Not really trying to intimidate.
Yeah,
just
go right. Just distract.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think what. Okay, let's see. That would be under.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you. Sorry. I have intimidation and stuff. We can go. With I have rapport.
I'm just gonna.
Deceit, distraction, and misdirection.
Oh, that would be a
There
deceit.
we go.
Okay.
Don't have that, but I will.
Hey, rock and roll. That'll be fun, right?
Oh, fuck it.
Yay!
Dude, I rolled all pluses, so that's a 4.
Wow, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Wait. I thought you had deceit at what?
No, I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see. She
Just trying my
made
best without being physical with the
in
second.
our world.
Believe it or not,
Look
I
at
have
your-
deceit.
Might be able to add a
Second.
+1
know.
to that.
Fine.
Also, I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, for the cause.
Yeah, I would think so. I would let you do
I'm
that for
trying to
sure.
protect
That's right.
party member. Yeah.
All right.
I'll do that.
Part
yeah.
of the mission.
Where's Maeve?
Where's my plus one yet?
She is going
I
to
need to
deceive.
protect
Wow. Okay.
Don't forget it. Use it while you got it.
All right. She gets a 4.
Ah.
Which everything canceled out,
Wait.
huh?
Okay. Yeah. No good.
You got a 5, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you go, "Rock!" And all of a sudden she looks over at you, and you notice that it stops freezing, and then she understands what's going on.
I'm gonna give her a wink.
And she winks back at you and kind of rolls her eyes. At which point, Lloyd Slate looks at you and kind of gives you the evil eyeball and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, all right. So yeah, you do stop her from doing that. Very good. Where are we at now? You all had gone.
I
It was
killed Maeve.
Yeah, so we stopped. So now it's
okay. So it's Swift's turn.
Swift's turn.
I killed
All right.
Maeve.
Hey,
No problem.
During the distraction.
Maybe
killed
winds up
her.
dead.
What happened?
Something
I don't
before
know.
I lost all my powers.
I think he's going to throw up a block spell.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
All right.
A
Too much
shield
to drink.
Oh gosh.
That would be a
He's going to
great
tag
distraction.
another one and re-roll that mess of
God, just
garbage.
hinges and the shield pops out.
Okay.
No, I'm throwing up.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
All right.
that's it.
What happens is this. Swift, she's after him and stuff like that, and you notice that he looks towards you and reaches down towards the ground like that. And all of a sudden you see that these little vines and roots and stuff like that spring up in front of you, so that to like waist height, you've literally got cover in front of you. Okay? So if she comes after you, you're at least protected. It's his job.
No, that's
You know,
cool.
he's making sure the autumn night is there, and so and then he of course is ready to handle Lauren. All right, so that brings us to Lauren. Lauren attacks him. Ooh. She got a +1 with her weapons, which gives her a 4. He's going to try and defend. He got a -1. So that she beat him by 2. So he's going to take a moderate consequence.
No.
So she slashes towards him. You notice that as she attacks him, pieces of his armor are kind of flying off and landing on the ground, where she's kind of digging in underneath and popping them off. And so a lot of his fey armor looks like it's getting beaten up. And so he's looking pretty cut up and beat up as well. That brings us to you guys.
I'm gonna swing my sword again.
Okay, go for it. What'd you get?
So that gives me a 3.
What are you gonna tag?
Can you tag the same aspect, or does it have to be different every time?
No, you can tag the same aspect. It just you can't tag it twice in the same round. So what are you tagging?
So is this round? We're in the
This
same
new round. New round.
Yeah, I'm tagging Icy Rage.
Okay.
Because I'm worried about
Swift. Yeah,
Swift.
he's looking pretty peaked.
Yeah.
Okay, so that gives you a
So I had a
3 plus 2
plus 2 is 4, 5.
Okay, so you beat her by 1. Your weapon damage is
Plus 6. And
okay, so
plus 6.
7 damage to her. All right, she is going to take a severe consequence, which means she's out of them after that, and she's going to take a 1 stress hit. So she's still up. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So that was you. Your turn.
Check. Just go for the haymaker.
Go for it.
No, what the heck?
Go big or go
I'm
home.
going
That's
big or
what we're
going
doing.
home.
We're at the.
So I'm going to pump as much.
We're saving
I'm
Swift.
trying to do the plus 8, and here we go.
There you go.
All right, here we go.
Find out later.
Yeah.
What's your okay? So no. Remember, so you're doing a strength 8 hit, right? Okay, so that means you
Yeah.
take a 3 stress hit
Right.
first. Okay, let's do that
Oh.
first. Okay.
All right, so
And
I
you can take it physical, mental, whichever way you want to take it.
All right.
You can even take a minor consequence if you want. You can do that. Yeah, there's no problem. Or mild consequence. Okay, so now you need to roll your discipline. All right. What'd you get for your discipline?
That plus 3.
Okay, so you missed it by 5, right? Do you want to spend a fate point to do anything? Give yourself a plus 2, re-roll. Which would you prefer? And tell me what aspect you're going to tag.
I want to tag vampires suck.
Oh yeah, that's yeah, that's so appropriate on so many levels.
Waiting to use this.
That's
one.
right. Yeah, that's so appropriate. You re-roll.
Reroll. yeah.
Okay, so you're at a 5, right?
5, so I need a 3.
You need a 3. Need at least plus 3, and you can always tag another aspect. Oh wow. Okay, so you're still at 5.
Yep.
Now, like I said, if you don't tag a couple aspects to get it up what you need to, you're only going to hit her for strength 5.
I'm going to tag
What
I'm
are
the
you-
Autumn Knight.
Yeah, well, that's ice magic. So if you can always call in a favor from the Autumn King. That just means you'll owe him one.
How many points shy are you?
Yeah, so I would tag.
Oh, you got
Tag
plus
that,
1.
and
Yeah,
then
don't
plus
forget
one.
you got the
Yeah.
plus 1.
So
Right.
tag the.
If you tag I'm the Autumn Knight, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then-
Now wait, do you want to spend a fate point? Or you want to owe the Autumn King a
I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Oh, you're not fun. All right, so that'll give you your
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you start doing this, that's when.
He's like, I don't think the Autumn Knight's gonna call it good on a bottle of
Yeah,
rum.
right. Well, you never know. The Autumn King's actually a pretty cool guy.
Yeah,
so
right, right.
Now-
I'm pretty sure Papa Legba hasn't called even.
Yeah, right.
even
Now,
if
the
he
interesting
called
thing about that
Papa
is she had
She's
6
sad.
stress bubbles. If you had done anything less than 6 stress bubbles, she'd still be in the fight.
Wow.
So by doing 7 or 8, she doesn't have anywhere she can go. All right. So you wind up with this haymaker, right? And the you can see the force coming right in there, and then just wham, unleash, and it hits her right in the chin, and she just pops about 5 feet into the air. Tumbles end over end, lands outside the circle, just bonelessly on the ground. Now, she is not dead, but she is very, very out of the fight for sure. And
No bones.
So they don't
Yeah.
have to be killed?
it's up to you whether you kill them. I mean, it's to the death, but
What I'm saying is, if we don't kill her, then does that mean we've lost a duel?
no, you still win.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
She's
she's
also
not.
out of the ring too.
Yeah, well, yeah, and she's out of the fight. I mean, you won very clearly. I mean, just you can show mercy. I mean, you're the good guys.
Can we just want her to
Ish.
say, you owe us a favor?
Oh no, she's not going to go for that. No.
So we either kill her and make somebody else mad, or we
Right.
leave her
Yeah.
mad.
I'm
as she was
thinking
before.
like, yeah,
Wait.
like
Okay.
John Wick style, the Russian mob comes after his
I
son
need
and
you
kills
to-
her son.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
need to pull out your cell phone. We need to get a selfie with her on the floor.
No, not with you around. Now that being said,
No.
if you
TikTok
took
trend.
a lock of her hair or some of her blood,
Oh yes.
thaumaturgy, you can
Yes.
mess
Yes.
her up
Yeah,
I'll
if
do
she
that.
ever
Over,
gets
yeah.
jiggy with it again.
I go over, grab some, and
And
Yeah.
and her
And
two
some-
boyos. Her two boyos.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
we're
each
looting-
take.
We're looting the body.
Yeah, you each take samples from all of them.
Now,
Trophies.
one of them's dead, isn't he?
The two boyos are dead.
Are they dead?
Oh, they're
Oh.
out.
Isn't
you
there
guys
magic-
killed them.
Oh, they're oh. I
Yeah, well, you were
thought they
sorting
died.
them. You're
Take some
slashing
hair,
them.
And we're gonna get some.
Ooh, he's not breathing. Oh, maybe we won't do that. Yeah, I'm not doing necromancy on him. But on her, you can definitely take some blood.
Now
and
I'm
stuff.
imagining us like strut walking around.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
getting
Ooh,
stuff
these
off.
guys aren't breathing. They're out.
They're like,
Ooh,
as people at the party
ooh.
being like, are they
Well,
Destroy all our enemies.
yeah. At which point, you notice that Sydney goes, the Code Duello is concluded. The clear victors are Dela, Swift, and Bunk. I call this concluded and finished. No Code Duello may be called again for such the death of Marcel Scavis. She's lying over the corner, doesn't hear any of this, and at which point Bella St. Clair goes over and kind of grabs her and picks her up and kind of gets her to her feet. A couple of the men go help her, and they're going to carry her inside. Looks like.
Can we go over to Swift to make sure he's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Swift is beat up, but he's bloody. He immediately starts, pulling, ripping pieces off of his nice shirt, and kind of binding up these wounds and tying them around. You think he's probably got a broken rib or something like that. He looks in pretty sad shape, and he goes.
I'm going to tell him thank you, Swift. For
He says, "Well, it's my job to protect the Autumn Night. That's
I
what I
know,
do.
but
Bleed,
thank
bleed, bleed,
Hell of a job. Oh, you did.
bleed."
Your veil at the beginning was brilliant.
Well, at which point Maeve goes, "Well, that was fun. Lloyd, I believe it's time we took our leave." And he kind of looks around and kind of glares at her as the little girl with all the piercings kind of looks disappointed that he's leaving. And she goes, "Come." And he kind of rolls his eyes and they head out through the front gate. Sydney walks up to all three of you and says, "That was well done. I won't say that the Scavis family won't be angry with you, but quite well done. You have definitely grown since I last taught you, Dela." And so he says, well, he looks around at everybody, and everybody's kind of mingling around trying to figure out what to do. And he says, "Party's over. Go home." And everybody goes, "What?" He goes, "We're done here. Go home." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And so people start heading out the front gate.
It's 12. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is Papa Legba still around?
Yeah. And he goes, "Well, that was quite interesting. And I got to see you in action. Well, I still have this wonderful bottle of rum, and you still owe me the favor of drinking it with me. I will definitely take a rain check on it. But I think it's time to go." So, you guys start leaving.
Go grab a bottle from the bar.
Yeah, you can do that
Oh,
easily.
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Most of it's
Oh,
wine and
right,
beer,
yes.
nothing exciting,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's
Yeah, we're raiding the place.
Yeah, we gotta celebrate the winning of a Code Duello.
yeah, that's right.
We gotta check on our
Well,
friend
not
too.
only that, but we
Yeah.
didn't really even have time to have any food or drinks before.
No,
all
you
this
had
was
nibbles.
going
You had
on.
nibbles and drinks. Yes, you had
You
nibbles
had
and
a whole
drinks.
dance.
You were there
Oh, that's
from
true, I
like
did
9
have a
o'clock
dance.
until
I
midnight.
had
So
one
yeah,
whole
you were
dance.
there. Yeah, you got fed
We got fed.
and drunk and drink.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not drunk.
Drunk,
Drink.
yeah.
Yeah, and
You
drink.
went to
That was not
All right.
drinking.